You're watching WAFF 48 News Today with Haley Baker, Trent Butler, and meteorologist Brandon Spenner.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Trent Butler. Right now, you might see the weather outside is frightful.
Yes, it is. And I'm Haley Baker. And we are bringing you team coverage of today's cold and icy conditions.
Yes, Brandon Spenner working hard in the Weather Center as he always does. 48's Eric Graves tracking reports of some dangerous black ice causing some accidents across the Tennessee Valley.
Yeah, but we'll begin our team coverage by taking a live look at conditions that you will see as you make your way to work this morning.
Live from the 48 Storm Tracker.
And we are taking a live look at the road right now from the WAFF 48 Storm Tracker. Right now, we are on the parkway near Lily Flag Road. And just within the past 15 minutes, there's been a huge spike in wrecks all across Madison County. There are several just on I-565 and Memorial Parkway alone, so be careful as you head out the door this morning.
I discovered a weird combination of encouraging, confusing, and ultimately alarming circumstances.
Right now, the nation's capital is quiet after fiery public testimony by two career diplomats in the impeachment investigation into President Trump.
This investigation is tied to President Trump's dealings with the president of Ukraine. In front of the nation, Bill Taylor, a top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, claimed President Trump leveraged key aid to Ukraine to get them to investigate Joe Biden's son, Hunter. And Democrats and Republicans are divided over this testimony because Ukraine did end up receiving aid.
That is true. But only after Congress began an investigation. Only after the president's lawyers learned of a whistleblower complaint.
And I think this is a sad chapter for the country, but frankly, a good day for the facts and a good day for the President of the United States.
On Friday, the former ambassador to Ukraine is expected to testify next week. 3 more public hearings are set. You'll be able to watch all of the public testimony right here on 48 News.
It's a First Alert Weather Day on WAFF 48.
Keeping you safe on your ride to work and school. To achieve that, the 48 team is bringing you team coverage of today's First Alert Weather Day.
Yeah, that's our priority. Let's keep you safe this morning. Right now, the WAFF 48 Storm Tracker is on the roads. We have folks in the Storm Tracker right now looking for trouble spots that you could run into. Hopefully not, but they're certainly out there.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to start things off, though, with meteorologist Eric Burke. He has been tracking the rain today, storms tomorrow. Eric, what's the latest? Brandon, thank you. We are staying on top of breaking news in North Huntsville. One person in the hospital following a shooting on Wilkinson Drive. We are told this all started as a robbery call around 4:15 this morning. Huntsville Police Sergeant Donnie Basham says they are not looking for any suspect. No one is in custody, and of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on this developing story throughout the day.
Ryan Newman is being treated at Halifax Medical Center. He's in serious condition, but doctors have indicated his injuries are non-life-threatening. But at this time, our thoughts are with Ryan and his family.
And this morning, you can see it all over social media. Many racing fans are praying for Ryan Newman after that terrifying wreck on the last lap of the Daytona 500. So this morning, we're going to walk you through what happened with that wreck.
Yeah, coming to the checkered flag, Newman has the lead, but moves down to block Ryan Blaney. His car hits the wall, flips, gets hit right in the driver's side window by Corey LaJoie's car. Now, in a dramatic scene, his car slides across the finish line in a fiery display of sparks.
Yeah, you see it right there. Now, this morning, people from all walks of life are offering their support to Newman and his family. One of those, President Donald Trump. In a tweet, the president says he is praying for Ryan Newman, the great and brave NASCAR driver.
And as you can imagine, support is pouring in from people who make their living like Newman, including Clint Bauer, who tweeted, "We're all on the road doing what we love. Please let Ryan be okay."
Online, many of you are attacking the winner of the race, though. Denny Hamlin, who celebrated winning his 3rd Daytona 500 by doing some donuts in his car, as a lot of the winners do.
Yeah, this all came while first responders worked to get Ryan Newman out of his car.
So in his post-race press conference, though, Hamlin did say he was praying for Newman. And right now you're seeing a series of tweets from Hamlin's race spotter, who took the blame for what happened. He says he never told Hamlin how bad the wreck was because he was so concerned about getting an update on Newman's health at the time. And Newman, by the way, has more than 650 starts in NASCAR's top division, hasn't missed a race since 2001. He's won 18 races, including the 2008 Daytona 500. And in 2014, surprised the NASCAR world, almost winning the series championship on points, despite not winning a single race the entire year.
And new this morning, a woman once thought to be missing in DeKalb County is now behind bars. Yesterday, DeKalb County Sheriff's deputies responded to a domestic disturbance call at Nina Bryant's home near Eider. This call came just days after she was reported missing. According to a statement that we received from the sheriff's office, she returned home but never notified the sheriff's department. Deputies arrested Bryant and a man on domestic violence charges. And thank you. Today's search efforts are expected to continue for a possible missing plane in Montgomery County.
Right. Last night, the search was put on pause because of darkness, but around 4 p.m. yesterday, the sheriff's office received a call from the FAA in Atlanta about a small aircraft that issued a mayday call. The call was heard by the FAA and other pilots, so ALEA then provided the sheriff's office air support to help with this search.
Yeah, and the area that you're seeing behind me here is where the search is happening. Just take a look at all the green. Law enforcement say that most of this is farmland.
Yeah, and for that reason, landowners were asked to search their land for any signs of debris or wreckage in this area. We'll continue to keep you updated on the search for that plane.
Yeah, absolutely. And this morning, the rain is out of the Tennessee Valley for now. As Brandon said, the dry weather will allow homeowners in Lauderdale County a chance to clean up.
So much cleanup going on.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, an EF1 tornado left behind a trail of destruction. 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts damaged homes and uprooted trees. You see some of the bad weather right there. One homeowner describes the moments when her husband knew they needed to make their way to safety.
He just came running in and said, get to the closet, and we just rushed back here to the closet and got the dogs in, and just all you could hear was wind and just rain, and I guess when this fell, it was just a big boom.
Yeah, and a big mess for that family to clean up. The tornado left this family without running water and as they wait on their insurance company. And take a look at what WAFF 48 reporter Chris Joseph found when he went to this home, a refrigerator actually helping to support this family's garage.
And by the way, this is not just any building for the family here. There's actually a lot of sentimental value for that building because it's the place where they held their wedding reception, and now a refrigerator is helping to support the structure.
Yeah, just glad everybody's okay.
Well, Brandon, thank you. This morning, a convicted murderer is back behind bars.
Yeah, last night around 7, this man, Daniel Miner, he surrendered to law enforcement officers. He'd been on the run all week after escaping from a work release center in Talladega County. It all ended, though, in a dramatic standoff at a home near I-65 in Eva. Multiple agencies took part in this arrest. Now, the spokesman for the Morgan County Sheriff's Office, Mike Swafford, says it took law enforcement several hours of communication and tear gas to get Miner to surrender.
I want to compliment the people of this road in this area. They were very understanding. They listened to us. They worked with us. They offered us assistance where they could. So we're very grateful for that. And the second thing, I just want to thank them for their trust in all of our agencies out here. They allowed us to do our job. They believed that we could do it successfully, and we did.
Deputies also transported Miner to the Morgan County Jail after his arrest.
And there are still really a lot of questions that need to be answered in this case. Among them, how Daniel Miner got from Talladega to Morgan County.
Right. WAFF 48's Jenna Ray was in Morgan County as the entire incident unfolded, and Jenna was able to ask Mike Swafford a question that many people have. What new charges could Miner be facing?
Investigators will continue to see what brought him to this residence and then any acts that took place prior to this, as well as anything that happened tonight. We would assume that additional charges would come from that, in addition to the escape charges and the life sentence that he was already facing.
And this morning, we'll continue to push for more answers to your questions. We'll keep you updated on this developing story on air and online.
All right, Brandon, thank you. A scary scene at one of the country's most historic breweries. A Molson Coors employee opens fire in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Killing 5 of those employees before turning the gun on himself. More than 1,000 people were locked down at this facility for hours until law enforcement determined that it was safe for them to leave. As you can imagine, though, employees were shaken after all of this, with everyone involved being a fellow Molson Coors employee.
The hearts of the people of Wisconsin go out to the folks that were needlessly murdered at Molson Coors.
This is an unspeakable tragedy for our city. This is a community tragedy.
Law enforcement also saying the shooter was recently fired from the beverage company. Milwaukee police say they don't plan to release the names of the shooter and the victims for at least another 24 hours.
Well, new this morning, Morgan County Sheriff's deputies made a critical arrest to keep 2 pounds of meth from making its way into your neighborhood.
And we're just now learning that deputies pulled over Bernice Robledo on Highway 67 in Decatur. A Morgan County drug dog was able to alert deputies to drugs being in the car. Right now, you're seeing what the dog alerted them to: more than 2 pounds of meth. You see it right there. Right now, Robledo is in the Morgan County Jail. The bond, $150,000.
Now to a first alert update on a number of arsons in Huntsville's Cavalry Hill neighborhood, including one you saw yesterday morning only on 48.
Yeah, and take a look at the neighborhood here behind me. You can see basically the setup here. There have been at least 10 fires in this area that happened since last September within just a couple of blocks of each other. So in a real concentrated area there. Yeah. Huntsville police are still looking for answers, but they can tell us all the fires are similar. All of them started outside unoccupied homes. Police are worried, though, the next fire could spread to a home where people are living. If you know anything about the fires, you're urged to contact Huntsville police.
Well, a broken hand, a threatening note, and claims that administrators aren't doing anything about it.
At least that's what parents who only spoke to WAFF 48 say is happening at one school in Huntsville City. None of them knew each other until now, but they all claim there are serious bullying issues going on at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary. Things range from a 5th grader's hand being broken in a bathroom attack to a threatening note that a parent found that was left by a bully. Now, all 3 parents say something needs to be done.
We just need somebody. All they have is us. That's it. We need somebody to act like they care around here. What do you do?
Now, the school system responded to these claims, saying this wasn't brought to their attention until Tuesday and that they take bullying very seriously. They do urge parents to contact them immediately if your child is the victim of bullying. Well, let's get right to it. You all want to know what the roads are looking like right now.
Yeah, you may be about to leave the house, headed to work or to school. Our Caroline Clapp has been following the flooding and the weather conditions all morning long from the 48 storm tracker. And Caroline, we understand you're on Highway 20 headed west toward Decatur. Caroline, Eric Chan, thank you so much. This morning's forecast of that heavy rain and, of course, the potential for flooding. That's why we declared the first alert weather day. Has school districts across the Tennessee Valley thinking about, and that some have gone ahead and delayed the start of classes today.
Yeah, 3 school districts, Lincoln County, Fayetteville City, and Riverside Academy, decided to cancel classes for today. And Colbert, Limestone, Morgan, and Jackson County schools are just some of the districts delayed 2 hours. You can find a complete list of delays scrolling across the bottom of your screen. That list can also be found on your 48 News app.
New this morning, the Morgan County Sheriff's Office Special Response Unit is on standby because of the potential of flooding across that county. So in case you get into a dangerous situation on your morning commute, they'll be able to help you. In a Facebook post, the department also warned drivers to use caution the next couple of days when it comes to flooded roadways. They used a phrase that we say a lot, but it's for a reason: turn around, don't drown.
And working to keep you safe in Limestone County. If you live in Athens, the storm shelter at the high school will be open. The county's EMA director, Rita White, told our partners at the Athens News Courier, you can use that shelter after school hours. There is a rule, though, that you need to know. No pets are allowed unless they're a registered service animal.
And during this threat of flooding today and certainly ponding on the roads, the 48 Weather app is really a great resource to have. You can see a breakdown of the forecast hour by hour if you're about ready to leave the house for work, along with being able to customize your alerts as well, so you get alerts right to your area, like when we're under a flash flood threat like we are right now. So yeah, it's really good information.
Great tool.
Breaking news overnight, WAFF's Eric Graves was the first reporter on the scene of a fire. This fire in Hazel Green on Sweet Gum Road.
Yes, Eric joins us now live with more on this as firefighters, they were out battling this fire. They say this went up in flames in a matter of 5 minutes, you said.